All right, Cappies, this is your February 2021 Love Tarot reading. I'm Ryan with Arrows of Love. Welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, if you like these videos and would like to see more of them, please click that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel and it's very much appreciated from me. All right, so Capricorn, the astrology for this month is going to be somewhat shortened because there's a ton of energy, a concentrated amount of energy sitting in Aquarius. Aquarius is your second house. It is 2 signs past Capricorn. It goes Capricorn, then Aquarius. So the second house is all about income from the business you work for or the company you own. It's about resources. It's about possessions and self-worth and value. So these are going to be themes that are unmistakable for February. And the reason is because of those 6 planets sitting in Aquarius. You have Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, which is going through its retrograde cycle, and I'll get to that in a bit. Venus just entered into Aquarius and left Capricorn on February 1st. I'm doing this video on February 2nd. The sun is also in Aquarius and the moon will be there on February 10th through the 12th. So that is an incredible amount of energy. We have not seen 6 planets in Aquarius since 1962, so it's been about 60 years. And Aquarius, remember, is about freedom. It's about independence. It's about the individual within a collective. It's about helping humanity, friends, social networks, and hopes, wishes, and dreams. It is the star card in the tarot. So now is the time to wish upon a star and think about what it is you really want for the future, because Uranus rules Aquarius, and Uranus is the future. It's the great awakener. It works through shock and awe. So this is definitely going to be an interesting month, to say the least. Mercury, as I mentioned, is retrograde. This is January 30th, 31st, about, depending on where your time zone is, through February 20th. So it's about a 3-week period. Mercury retrograde is always a time to slow down. Think about it, it starts with the re's. It's readjusting, reviewing, redoing, re. Slow down your communication. Mercury rules communication. Watch your text messages, watch your emails. Mercury also rules short distance travel. Don't rush in the car. This is when accidents can happen. Technology is going to be a little bit off. Just expect the unexpected. Mercury is the trickster. It's going to be playing these little tricks, and it's going to get real irritating at times. And unexpected bills could come in because this is happening in your second house. So, things could come in that you didn't expect, on the bill front. So just keep that in mind from, basically now until the 20th of February. February 6th is another day I want you to pay attention to. Venus, planet of love, relationships, pleasure, artists, creativity, is going to conjoin with taskmaster Saturn. And this can go one of 2 ways. So Saturn is, Saturn's the past, so things can come back from the past. Mercury retrograde also does that, by the way, too. But this, Saturn's also karma, so this could be some tough lessons in love when the two are conjoined. Vice versa, this could also be a time when commitments are made because Saturn rules structures and long-term relationships. It wants things that are built for eternity. So, in that case, engagements can be made. The caveat with this is that while Venus is conjoining Saturn, it's also going to be making a square over to Uranus sitting in Taurus. And for you, Capricorn, Taurus is your 5th house. It is 5 signs past Capricorn. The 5th house is about romance, children, fun and games, sports, and past life credit. So this is a very lucky house for the most part. But like I said, when Venus is conjoining with Saturn, making this weird, it's not a weird angle. It's a square over to Uranus. That's a 90-degree angle. Maybe things come up, unexpected bills from kids. It could be anything like that, or maybe, like I said, like some type of bill comes due. Maybe there's something with income that comes up on the job front. But on a love level, again, Venus-Uranus aspects, that's an amorphous love, that's eroticism, something unusual, kind of out of the blue, foreign people, foreign land. I kind of liken it to a polyamorous relationship. And I'm not saying you, Capricorn, the traditionalist, is going to be in a polyamorous relationship, but it's got some weird stuff to it. I don't know, maybe Valentine's Day comes around and you go get a sex toy. I don't know. Like, I'm throwing these things out there because it's kind of the energy that this produces. So on top of that, Venus is going to be making this is on February 6th still, Venus is going to be making a sextile. Sextiles are opportunities over to the wounded healer Chiron. Chiron is an asteroid in between Saturn and Uranus, and it's a healing energy. So, depending on what's happening that day, maybe it's a crummy day in love, maybe there's a breakup, something unexpected comes along. Uranus is the unexpected. Things come back from the past. Uranus or Chiron is there to help heal you. So 6 is kind of this could go any which way. February 11th, now the moon is going to be in Aquarius as well. The new moon occurs on the 11th, and the new moon is the new lunar cycle. It's when the moon conjoins with the sun. In this case, it's time to plant the new seeds for the next 30 days. So wanting to start anew on something, the 11th is a great time to put those wheels into motion. On top of that, you have the two benefics of our solar system, Venus and Jupiter, are conjoined. This is extravagant type of love. It is over the top type of feel good energy. Venus is money. Venus is attractiveness. Jupiter is expansion and growth. It is exaggeration. So, there could be some exaggerated feelings during this time, but wow, this type of aspect only occurs once a year. So it's great if you want to start something new. The one caveat about the 11th, though, is retrograde Mercury in Aquarius is going to be making a square hard aspect over to warrior planet Mars in Taurus. So there could be some real aggressive things coming your way, from that 5th house, fun and romance, and that 2nd house of self-value, communication, or not communication, possessions and resources. So there might be a tug of war here, and Mercury and Mars is just, it's aggressive energy. There's going to be arguments no matter what. So I'm just going to let you know that. But however, Venus and Jupiter are there. So you have really great benefic energy on top of it. So don't let it get you down if there's some crazy communication coming with that Venus retrograde. Things could come back that you thought were resolved and they're not, and now it's going to cause an argument. So just be aware of that. Valentine's Day, February 13th through the 14th, retrograde Mercury is now going to conjoin with Venus. Mercury is what's on your mind. That's how you're communicating. Venus is the heart. The mind and the heart are aligned at this day. So you'll be speaking your truth. It's great for artists. It's great for creativity, expressing your individuality within a relationship. So, and friendship too, right? So it's love within friendship. It's friendship within love. So it's got that quality. Just know that Aquarius is a detached form of love. So when Venus is in here, it's got a more of a friendship quality as opposed to a passionate quality. There's going to be exceptions to that. The 11th might be one of those days because Venus and Jupiter together is like fireworks. So that's good. Also on the 13th and 14th, Mars, warrior planet Mars, action planet Mars, is going to be making a sextile, again, opportunity over to nebulous Neptune. Neptune is transcendence. Mars is the ego. You're transcending ego and decisions, so try to take the ego out of anything on Valentine's Day. The headliner, though, really for February is Saturn is going to be squaring Uranus, and this is going to happen 3 times over 2021. The first one occurs now in February 17th, it is exact. It's going to occur again in June and in December. Saturn's the past. Saturn is structures. Saturn is karma. It's the status quo. It is government, the economy. Uranus, which also rules Aquarius, these are the co-rulers of Aquarius, think about that, is the future. It's liberation, it's freedom, it's the great awakener, it's the collective in humanity. And this is occurring right around the time of the second impeachment trial. So it's a clash of the new order and the old order. Structures and regimes. What does the future look like? It's kind of a shattered reality, to be quite honest. Saturn is in a dignified sign. Uranus is in a debilitated state in Taurus. But Saturn is in Uranus's sign. It's going to be a stalemate. We'll see what happens. But we'll start seeing this play out from February 17th through the 21st. Or February 15th through February 21st. February 17th is the exact square. That's when it's at 0 degrees, exactly 90 degrees. So we'll see what happens here. It's a little bit of a shattered reality. Also, there could be some natural disasters happening. Saturn is the lord of the earth, Capricorn. It's the cardinal sign of earth. Uranus is the sky god. When earth and air, I think of volcanoes, maybe even earthquakes. I think it's going to be a volcano. So watch for that. This is the transit that these are very slow moving planets. So when they're exactly at a 90-degree square, it doesn't happen very often. We expect big things, but it's more on the collective scale, global scale, not necessarily personal, unless you have planets at about 6 to 7, 5 to 7 degrees of any sign. You could be triggered through this particular transit. So pay attention to that. I do. My moon's there. Lucky me. Uranus has been right on top of it, so big changes. Anyway, just a little insight into me. So the last one, I want you to pay attention to Capricorn, and I'm a Capricorn sun, by the way. I have 4 planets in Capricorn. I am so glad. I'm just going to go off on a tangent for just a second. I'm so glad Saturn is out of our sign because let me tell you, since I can think of December 2017 and what was happening during that time when it entered into Capricorn. And let me tell you, my life changed completely. I went through a lot with work. I went through a lot with relationships. To have Saturn out of our sign, it feels like an absolute relief. But I'm not done because now I got Uranus right on top of my moon. So it's like, Jesus, can I just get a break? Sidebar. Okay. So anyway. Capricorn, you can appreciate this because I know all of you have gone through something very similar. And Saturn happened to be in my 7th house of one-on-one partnerships. That's also business. So it was just went through a lot. But we got through it, and here we are, better off for it. So the last date is February 19th. This is when Venus is going to be making a square over to Mars. These are tidal waves of sexual energy and tension. So I think of this as makeup sex after having a huge argument. And it's, Venus is the divine feminine. Mars is the divine masculine. They are lovers. They're also warriors. Venus is a warrior too, that dark side. So I see fighting and I see makeup sex. So that's how I see now the 15th. All right, so and Mars sitting in that 5th house, short-term romances. So we shall see. All right, Cappies. So let's pull. I'm going to pull one card from the angels. We're going to clarify with the tarot. Remember, this is a general reading. They're not going to resonate with all of you. Take a look at your rising sign, your ascendant, your moon, and your Venus. Depending on what's happening in your natal chart, those might resonate more with you. So keep that in mind. And if you want a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. So just drop me a line and we'll figure out a time. My readings are fairly inexpensive, and I'm here to help you guys. So Let's see what's happening. This is what the angels have to say. Pay attention to the red flags. Oh dear. The signs are cautioning you. Okay, so you're getting the red flags. Capricorn, you are a very intuitive sign. You're up there with Cancer and Pisces because you have the duality. You are you're the sea goat. So you're climbing that mountain of success, but that tail is of the fish, which represents spirituality and intuition. So use your intuition, Capricorn. You're getting the red flags. Let's see what the red flags are about. All right, Cap. Pay attention to your red flags. Justice. You could be dealing with the Libra. This could be legal stuff too. Judgment. Oh, okay. Decisions. The Fool. 3 major arcana. That's huge. 5 of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. The Hermit. Wow. Okay. 4 major arcana, and I only pull 6 cards. Ooh. Okay. So, Cappy. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. You could be dealing with a Libra. This is also legal matters. Some of you might be going through divorce, a breakup of sorts. Notice here with justice. I mean, justice represents actual justice is being had here, right? You might be serving the justice. This is the rebalancing. The relationship was not balanced. And now you're swinging the sword, you're cutting it off. Because your very next card, I mean, this is unmistakable. When you see the Justice card and then you see Judgment, you're making a decision. Justice is being served. Judgment is being had. You are starting anew with the Fool. The message is very, very clear. The Fool is the first card of the Tarot. They start anew. Out of here. Done. Whatever it is, the red flag is to not be ignored. This is going to happen very quickly. And Cap, you don't show your emotion very often, but there's definitely some emotional attachment here, and you're walking away from it. Like there's just 5s are difficult, and look at this. 3 cups are spilled, 2 remain. That means there's disappointment here, but there's still an emotional attachment. But you're making the right decision for you based on whatever these red flags are. Don't ignore the caution signs because it's probably something big and you might be triggered by it, but you're definitely going to leave it behind. But you are wondering, did I do this all for nothing? Because you're kind of looking at everything that you've built. Capricorn, you're a pragmatic sign. You're constantly working towards success. Whether it's in your relationships or it's work. And here you're taking a look at all that hard work that you've done, and you're probably thinking like, did I just waste all my time on this situation and on this person? What was this for? Universe wants you to go do some introspection. It wants you to be alone for a little bit. And through this alone time, the Hermit, you find your star. The star is Aquarius. There's a concentrated amount of energy in Aquarius. So right here, so the Hermit, this is the star in his lantern. So through confinement, through isolation, through going deep into the emotion and sitting with the emotion for what it is, Capricorn, you find your star. You find your true north and where you're going. Your hopes, wishes, goals, and dreams. Your self-worth. Second house. People that don't appreciate you and that are not on Team Capricorn have to go. The swords of justice will be swung. The scales of justice will be balanced. An ice... Justice and judgment. Judgment, I've been accused of this, so if I've been accused of it, then you've been accused of it, Capricorn. You can be the ice king and queen, so once you're done, you're done. You cut them off, they're blocked, they're out. And quite honestly, I think it is the smartest thing to do for healing and for moving on, because you don't want things lingering. You want to start anew. Yes, it hurts. And it's okay to recognize it hurts. There's disappointment. You put time into this. Universe says, go deep. There's answers. Answers come to you by looking within yourself. Okay? Let's pull a card for the outcome. Aha. Oh, I love this. Temperance. We just talked about the rebalancing with the justice, right? Scales. This is the rebalancing of emotion with temperance. This is Raphael. So what I want you to do, Capricorn, is pray to Raphael. Ask Raphael to bring in healing energy so you can heal yourself. Raphael is going to be your angel. It's asking you to go deep. This is a spiritual card, and you're going to rebalance those cups. I love that the fact that this is ending on temperance. It means you're going to heal yourself. You're going to pay attention to those red flags. You're not going to put up with anybody that's not on Team Capricorn. You are worth way more than whatever this situation is, and you'll know it. Mercury in retrograde, something around the next 3 weeks. It's going to call your attention. You're going to say, no more. Go deep. Find your true north. Start the new journey. All right, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you mid-month. Good luck.